Okie dokie. I do believe that I is live. Let's put that up there. Hello, everybody. I'm just waiting for notification in my ear roll that I am live. I'm live. Hello, everybody. How are you? Hope you're all well. Steve's not prepared at all, like normal, but hey, that's Steve for you. Yes. So I think there's a couple of people in. I shall say the hellos and then we'll just get on with it this evening rather than jabbering. You're all... Camera is buffery and pixely. Can you ask in chat if it's okay? Well, I can ask. Chat, can you... Is it buffery, folks, is it? All right, so I've obviously got some issues going on this evening. Isn't that fun? All righty, let's see if I can fix them before we can carry on. No point doing a live if it's going to be rubbish. Picture is pixelated. All right, let me see if I can fix that. Yeah, a few people have said it is pixelated. Yeah, I'm not sure if it's me or... I mean, everybody else's live's been fine, so it could be my internet. Could be rubbish. I'm just trying a couple of settings to see, can I cure the issue? Anything gets better. Sorry, the owner's just catching up with chat as the computer was in Pumble, I think. Is it getting any better, folks? Or is it still pants? All right. Okay, what can I do? All right, hopefully I'm back. Is the picture better? All right, we'll go with that. There was the lead was loose in the back of the router, so so I'm wondering, was that the issue? It wasn't getting full. I don't know. I know nothing. I know nothing about the internets except for they're a pain in the ass when they go wrong. I hope the chat doesn't annoy you this evening, folks. I was in Brian's live earlier, and not Brian's fault at all, but I got really frustrated with the fact that I was typing in and only half of them were coming up, and then I couldn't see what other people were saying, and YouTube's just been a bit poo bums this evening, or for the last few days, in fact. So, what are we doing, Steve? Let me show you. Let me turn this light off. Which one? That one. And that one, and hopefully it will show the lathe better that way than hopefully the light's okay. Let me know if it starts buffering again, folks, and I will I'll go and headbutt a wall or something. Right, so in a banana live the other day, I started turning this piece. It's a winged, I did this on Sunday. I was expecting it to crack a lot more because it's a bit of sported beech, but it hasn't moved much at all. There's a bit of a crack at the back here, but other than that, it's okay. So I started turning this winged hollow form. We got as far as getting the basic shape. So I'm going to put this back on the lathe. I'm going to continue maybe taking this wing down a little bit more and making it a bit lighter, because I don't want it too heavy that it's going to tip the hollow form over when I hollow it. And then I have a piece of this GPS Agency's, it's fake ebony, it's acrylic resin, and it's a big old blank. And we're going to make kind of a lid and finial all in one out of this, hopefully, if it works. And we'll see how it works out. But for now, I'm going to put this back on the lathe and continue trying to make this wing a bit thinner, and maybe put a bit of a different shape or something into it. I want to make it as thin as possible. Everything okay, Leona? Is the chat playing up again, is it? Yeah. So there's a delay on the chat, folks. Leona is responding to people, but apparently the chat is being well, it's being what it is at the moment. YouTube really needs to get their act together, because it's not funny. It makes lives annoying to people. As in live shows, not people's lives. So I'm going to put this back in where it was originally. And I'm going to continue to try and take off this wing a little bit, getting as nice a cut as I can get. Oh, turn that the wrong way. Actually, that's okay. That'll better because it just straightened it up. All right, we're going to tighten this up in there. And we're going to continue on. Ruby. Hi, Ruby. How are you? I am honoured. Ruby is good friends with Rob Summerlin, and Ruby does some amazing wood turning. So I've been looking at some of Ruby's stuff, and it's pretty damn amazing. She's in Canada. Am I standing on the wrong side? Ah, 1 second. Oh, I bet that really confused people. There you go. Is that better? I must have clicked the reverse camera button accidentally. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. So yes, we're going to just carry on with the wings of this. Let me change the camera around so that you can see a different angle, if I can. Where have I got this set? Yeah, there we go. Let's just point that down. I might have to, yeah, bear with me, folks. I'll put this other camera back over again while I sort out the old mystification of the camera. I've got a bit of condensation, and the old Hoover works with that, I found out. If you just cause a bit of friction in front of the camera, it clears the camera, so bear with me. It sounds a bit ridiculous, but the way I found out was that there was a bit of dust on my camera one day, and it was also blurry. I originally started hoovering it thinking it was the dust on it, and amazingly, it cleared the camera. It must be the friction causes a bit of heat, enough heat in the front of the camera to just clear the condensation. So there's a little tip for you folks, because I am in a cold, well basically it's a caravan, touring van that's been adapted, for those that didn't know. So it is cold here in Ireland today. We're hitting the minus again this evening. To the likes of Carol and Ruby and Rob, that wouldn't be cold. But now, there you go, that's fixed that issue. And you'll see that the camera is a lot clearer now. Papa! Excellent, Smithers. All right, so now we're going to just carry on with trying to get this wing a little bit thinner. I'm at the right height, I am. Go down a little bit more maybe. Let's rock and roll. Seems to be turning the way it was before, so the wood hasn't moved that much from when I started this piece, which is always a Brucey bonus. Okay. Definitely cutting better on the pull cut still. Now Ruby, who is in the chat, she's still in the chat, she might have run a mile by now, does an awful lot of off-centered multi-axis stuff, and some of it is quite baffling. Now I'm going to keep stopping and checking this because I want to get it down to as thin as I dare. And I can only really work on this side now. I could actually turn it round. I've still got my center marks. And because I'm not finished on the top here, I could put a bit of tape around the front, and I could use the chuck as just for pressure holding it. So I could maybe turn it around. It's getting quite thin on the back here now. But that's from, obviously I'm not turning that now, but that's quite thin at the back. So I want to try and match the back of it if I can. But try and get the transition to looking nice. So you get there. Patience. Ruby, feel free if you are there to throw tips at me. I am by no means a professional, and I always like it when professionals and experienced turners come into the lives, because they can offer advice, tell me off. I don't mind being told off if I'm doing something wrong. It is a pretty bit of wood, Ruby. It's a piece of sported beech, Irish beech. And I've been lucky with this piece so far, because normally our sported beech tends to really crack badly as we get thinner. Who's Rubber Dub, was it? Do you know what? He's not going to let that yo-yo thing lie, is he? I'm gonna have to turn a yo-yo that actually works. Oh wow. Yeah, the light is very misleading, Ruby, in this van. I can actually see it really well. It looks a lot darker. I could put more light on, but what happens then is it washes the camera out. I can see it fine, kinda. No, I can I can see it fine, but I don't want to wash it out and make it too unwatchable for folks the other end of the camera. Yeah, Nick also turned a winged bowl, I believe. I didn't get a chance to watch the live. I was otherwise occupied. I went back and watched bits of it, but my house is just mental busy at the moment with homeschooling and stuff like that. There's no chance of doing anything during the day. But yeah, you did a really good job, Nick, for your first one. So fair play to you. The little hole in the tool rest, I don't know. I honestly don't know. I asked that same question to someone in a live once, and that person said they didn't know either. I think it could be something to do with the casting. That's how they pull it out. Maybe they put wires through them or whatever. Because they're a cast iron tool rest, I'm wondering, is it something to do with the casting of them? All I know is that it puts a weak spot on the tool rest, because I had one of these when I was learning tool turning, and I got an almighty catch from really bad tool use, and I had my tool out here on the very edge of the tool rest, which you should never really do. You should always try and be as close to the pillar of the tool rest as possible with these cast iron tool rests. And bang, I got a slam down and it broke right where that hole is. So it does cause a weak spot. All right. We are quite thin now at the back, so I maybe want to stay away from the back part now and start coming around about here maybe, and just thinning this front edge out. I'm as thin as I want to go on the back. It looks nice. Chewing gum fixes everything. Or blue tack. That's what a lot of the cars in Ireland are filled with, blue tack. All the rust holes are filled with blue tack and then just painted over. Okay, that's as thin as I'm going to go on the top. I think I'm happy with that. I've got quite a good cut there. Maybe just a tiny wee little bit of a ridge there that I just want to, not even a ridge, it's just a nice gentle tool clean up cut there. I think that'll do it. You nearly feel your tool take it away yet. That's good. All right, so like I was saying, I want to try, if I can, what I might do is I might just turn the tool rest around and work on the back of this. Rather than swapping the piece around, I can just bring my tool round the back of this and just take, because it's not brilliant here, so can take indeed. Yeah, so I can work around the back of this. Lucky enough, there's plenty of room to get the tools in there and get in nice and close. Obviously, when you've got a wing, you've got to bear in mind that the banjo can hit the wing, so just be mindful of that. All right, let's clean the back end of this up now, and we'll go in a bit actually, so I don't fall off the edge. There we go. I think we're missing everything. We are. Okie dokie. Again, taking very light cuts. Oh. Chip, chip, chip. Where'd that come off of? Oh, I just lost the back. It still looks okay. In fact, it looks better. That was, do you remember the crack originally that I said I turned out? Oh, yeah, you're probably just catching up now on the interwebs. It's just a piece. You can see by the dirt that's inside where it was cracked, that was an original crack. So I didn't think I got a catch all right. So I thought for a minute I'd messed it up with a bad catch. So as I was saying, nice light cuts. Let the tool do the cutting. You don't have to push the tool in at all. And I'm just taking out that edge here a little bit. And then I'm going to start concentrating on coming up along the wing. Trying to thin out this front edge to match the back edge. Alright. Yeah, we're nearly there. And that's a lot smoother now as well. That's good. I've got my tool anchored into my body as well. I'm not kind of willy-nilly swinging my tool handle around. It means that I've got a lot more control, and I'm just leaning my body away from the cut, pulling the tool with my body, so everything is anchored. Can't see. Yeah, it's got a lot thinner now, and because there's a lot less body on the wing now, it's disappeared. Hopefully it's still there anyway. I didn't see it take off anyway. There we go. The temptation is to kind of lean in as you're cutting air as well, and take way too much. Right, that's good. Oh, Leona's just said to me, don't go too thin. I want to go as thin as possible because I want it to be. I want the wing to be light, because obviously it's counterbalancing the hollow form. Billy's worried. Billy's worried about the thinniness as well. It's yeah. It's I'll tell you how thin it is at the moment. I'll give you a measurement just so you know. If I can find, if I could, yeah, it's not. It's bigger. It's bigger than 3mm. Optical illusion on the camera, I think. It's 4mm. So yeah, we'll go for 3mm. That's a good idea, Leona. Things like this are great skill builders. When you're not used to doing them very often, they're really good for learning tool control, getting gentle cuts. I'm going to get one. Oh dear, I said it. I said it. I said it. One last cut. There we go. You know I said one last cut. I'll tell you what is off-putting. It's like I'm on a boat. This thing is rocking tonight. So there you go. I'm happy with the thickness of that. That's good. I've got a nice transition all the way around there, and it's nice and thin. I'm happy with that. That will be hand sanded. I've actually got quite a good cut all the way along there, even though I'm cutting air. There's not many ridges and bumps, so I can get the most of that with a bit of hand sanding later. So now we can get to getting the hollowing done. I'm going to bring this camera over here. Excuse me while I lean across the camera, but I'm going to bring this one over because then this one is not going to be getting in the way when I'm leaning over to hollow. Let's see how that looks from that angle. Yeah, I think so. Go in there. I won't be in your way. Now's the time just to make sure that everything's tight before I go hollowing. Yep, that's all good. I'm going to remove the tailstock completely out the way. Put that down here. You just put a bit of wax on the bed, or some oil of some kind on the bed, because it's starting to get not rusty, but needs a bit of a clean up. I think time for a service. All right, so I'm going to start off with my Hope. Well, I'm not. I'm going to actually start off with my 1/4 inch skew to get a hole started in there. Still got a nubbity nub there, so I'll turn that off first. That's what I'll do. Make up your mind, Steve. What you doing, will you? Jeepers. Yeah, we'll finish. We'll clean up the end of that first. And now it's a little bit lighter and quite evenly balanced. We can get a little bit more speed on it. Speed means better cuts. Keeping my hand away from the wing. Yeah, that is a good point, Ruby. I would normally wear a face shield. It is actually behind me over on the bench. The only trouble is with bloody face shields when I'm doing lives is because I've got the mic and everything on, they're so cumbersome. Yes, it is good practice and the practice to wear your face shield. But I have glasses on for any shavings. If this comes off, it's going to hurt. I understand that. But I am staying away from the line of fire as best I can. But I take the wrap on the knuckles. I accept that. Okay, that's a nice cut now. We've got around there. We use my 1/4 inch skew now. Oh, I need to just readjust the height of my tool rest so that my skew is cut in center. Now, this is just the way I do it. A lot of people don't like using the skew this way. I just like to get my first cut in with the skew. It acts as kind of a drill bit. I'm pushing towards the headstock, and because this, as I've said in a lot of lives before, this chuck sticks out a long way from the headstock because I've got one of those long adapters on it, so I get a lot of vibration. Just opening up the hole as I push the skew in. I can go a bit bigger than this, obviously. I thought you were telling me to get into bed there for a second. Now I'm just going to hoover out that. Get as much of the shavings out as possible because I can bind up the tool. I'll leave that hoover on. It's not too loud, is it? Let me know if that hoover's too loud. I don't think it is. I think the mic cancels it out. Now this is just basically rough hollowing, taking out the majority of the bulk. And like I say, it's just how I do it. Others would use a gouge, others would go straight in with the hollower. Some folk would even drill it first, run a portion of it in to the depth. that. Probably getting in the way of the camera there, am I? Maybe move it over a little bit for you. So it's getting pretty close. That'll be better. How's the chat? Is it? Oh, good. I won't jinx it. Always being careful how I put the tool in and out as well, because there's more times than not I've caught the edge of the piece as I'm coming out and smashed it. It is actually flaking away on the sport in there. I can make it bigger anyway. I'll start going in there with the hollower now. Yeah, you see the sporting is causing that to chip out. Two bums. There's the spindle gouge. Get in there with the spindle gouge and clean that edge up if I can. I need to go tool rest down. I've no really desired size for the entrance of the hollow form. That's tidied it up now. I'm not really too worried because I am making a finial lid for it. I just want to make sure that I've got the right angle for my hollower. Again, this is going to make this lighter. So I can use that camera in a second, folks. It's getting in the way. Go. Clean it out a bit, and I will move the camera. Just move it back. Probably Probably get my finger in there now. Oh, we've got a good, we're nice and clean in there now. Where's my calipers? Just want to check my wall thickness. Oh, that's not nice. So mean. I'm just going to change the camera angle there, folks, just for a second, while I move the camera back a bit. I want to just get it out of my way. But still have it that you can see, hopefully, what's going on. What's going on? I see. Here we go. You still see what's going on. It's just I've got to lean in. I'm going to just drop my tool rest a little bit more as well. I need to get right in there. And I'm going to dig in with my skew. How deep I am. I'm just past the wing in depth. So a little bit to go yet. Oh, use my skew. Rubbish memory with the old tool rest, Steve. Yeah. There's a wee nubbity nub that I left in there that I'm going to just clean out. There we go. There she goes. And with it being sported, there's a good possibility that there's some punkiness inside. So there could be soft spots. Now, as this small skew starts getting deeper, because it's not designed for this job, you start getting a little bit of vibration through it. So you're kind of taking it to its limit. I'm kind of at that point now. I'll just take over with the hollower now and just do the rest. Drop the tool rest again now. You want the cutter to always be on center of the piece. See how far I went down now with that. See how close to funnel I am. Yeah, we're about where we want to be depth wise. I just need to clean the walls up a bit. Oops. Caravan does not have a loo. It has a shower. Shower doesn't work though. The shower is the I ripped out the toilet and I turned the shower room into a drying room, and it's the laser room, and it also has the normal printer in it for the computer and a few other bits, but mainly I left the shower tray in there and I've made it into a drying room. So when kids concentrating on this bit. So when kids are have done paintings or clay modeling or whatever, I have a converted hairdresser's hairdryer in there, and it warms up the room. And it dries anything that's in there. It's also got my extractor in there, or a chip collector. That's why it's so quiet. I've soundproofed it in there. Okay, we're getting there now. Yeah, I do need to get some proper holoform calipers. I'm just using the engineer's calipers there. I don't have any of the proper holoform calipers. I really do need to get some, Ruby. It's all kind of by touch a lot of the time with me. So I'm just working my way along the bottom and then up the side, kind of feeling my way as I go. I tend to go a lot by sound too. Now because there's wings on this, I can't lean over the way I would normally as well. I'm just slowly edging my way down. Moving the ridge all the way down. Yeah. Clean it out again. Who said that, sorry? No, that tool isn't dull either. That's not done much work at all, that blade. That's a carbide cutter that's on that. And the reason why you kind of can hear a lot of the chatter sound from it, or the noise from it, is two reasons. Because the hollow form I tend to find throws out sound like a speaker, but not only that, again, because of the length of my chuck, if that was all tighter back in against my headstock, so if the chuck was fitted directly onto the spindle, it would take a lot of the vibration. You can nearly hear that going dung 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 through the spindle. Because it's so long, there's a lot more metal and spindle to vibrate, whereas if it was closer to the headstock it wouldn't. But it's just because of it's the only chuck that fits this lathe at the moment. I need to get adapters and stuff, but you know, it's just money that I don't need to spend at the moment. So we've got a good nice wall through there. The feed's breaking up, is it? Night night, David. Thank you very much. Okay, so I just need to, because I've got the majority of it away now, I just need to raise up the tool edge just slightly and try and get that sweet spot with the cutting edge again with the tool. There we go, that's better. That's vibration that you're hearing that I was talking about. Travelling all the way along the... I'm just doing I've got the tool turned at 45 degrees. It's more of a shear scrape on the inside wall. And I'm just letting the tool go around the shape of the hollow form. I just found a ridge there at the bottom. It's amazing how much you can feel through the tool. Alright, let's give that a clean out again and see where we are. Alright, that's a really nice smooth wall inside there. Now obviously you're not going to get in there to sand it, so you want to get as many of the ridges away so that if anyone puts their finger in there, it doesn't feel like smooth wood obviously, but it's got a nice wall, a nice transition through there. There's no kind of bumps and lumps all the way through there. Got quite a nice wall thickness on there, I think. I'm going to do this the old-fashioned way of measuring. See if I can get this past this wing. Yeah. Alright, so I've got to do a bit of maths here now. 1 second, folks. I'll open this up to 40 mil. And then, Dark, you're so rude. Okay, so I've got about a 5 mil. No, I've got about an 8 mil wall thickness at the moment. So I've still got plenty. I'm going to take a little bit more out of that, but it's pretty consistent all the way down, judging by the measurements. And then my depth then, mind the depth. I'm deep enough. I'm happy with the depth. I want to leave a little bit of weight on the bottom because obviously, as I said, I don't want the wing, I don't want it falling over. So I'm happy with the depth. I just need to clean the bottom up. There's a little dimple at the bottom need to clean up, and then just take a little bit more out of the off the wall, and then we're good. We are golden, as they say. I'll do the bottom first. might have to. Oh, no. Any questions in the chat down in there? Are they talking about food yet? Oh no! Doug, I hope everyone's okay. Oh, that sucks, Doug. You'll stay safe. Yeah, but I tell you, it just seems to be, it just affects different people, different ages. I mean, they said in the news today that they're going to stop vaccinating people over 65 because they reckon it's not working for the elderly. I think that's utter crap, to be honest with you. But hey, I'm not a doctor. I found a little lump there. So I'm going by sound here. I can hear that it's got thinner now at the bottom. I'm going to transition it up now. Good night, Brian. Thanks for popping in. Okay, I can feel the tool jumping about inside now, so it needs just the shavings taken out, and then I think we're good for one final pass on the inside. And yeah, I've got the bottom nice and smooth. There's no ridge on the transition from the bottom to the wall, and we've got a nice smooth transition up the wall. So I'm just going to do that final pass just to get the smoother cut as I can up the wall. Just trying to get the tool to start biting. There we go. There we go. That's good. That felt good. Oh yeah. Yes, nice. All right. Success. We're hollow. Yay! Now, I will show you. It's a bit dark to show you. I might just put the light on just to show you. But because it's the usual beach, let's clean it out. Hi, Scott. Very welcome. Yeah, so we're good. We're all clean all the way up the walls. We're clean along the bottom. But that crack, I will show you with this camera. I'll turn the side camera on again while I just move the other camera. I'll just show you that crack along the sporting line that's there. Don't know if it's good. Oh, no, wrong camera. I got it on the wrong camera. There we go. Might be better with this camera. I could show you it on both anyway. You see that crack there along the sport line? It goes right through, comes up the wing. The wing's opened up just slightly, and then it comes around the front just slightly. And because the wall has got thinner, and those stresses are in there, I'd say if that wing wasn't there, the whole thing probably would have split apart. But do you know what? If it doesn't open anymore, I'm going to leave it. I don't want to risk dribbling super glue in there and making it look horrible. I like the crack. It's part of it. So I'm not going to push it. I already sanded the outside of this to 120 the last time, I think. So I'm just going to do a little bit of sanding on it. Nick will be happy about that. And how am I going to reverse it to take the bottom off? I'm not. I'm going to carve feet in the bottom of it. Yeah, I'm gonna Dremel. I'm gonna carve feet into the bottom of it and give it an extra feature to make it look as if it's hovering off the floor. So that the owner was just asking how I'm going to turn it around and turn off the base. There's a couple of ways I could do it. Is I could turn a glue block that has a spindle on it that fits in the hole to support it, and I could push it on the spindle and then glue block it around the front face of the hollow form and turn it around. I could do that, but I'm not going to. When this piece is done and I've got it sanded, I'm gonna Dremel out 3 feet from the tenon that's on the bottom. I'm going to actually carve 3 feet so it looks as if it's sitting and hovering off the table. That's what I'm hoping to do anyway. I'm going to do a little bit of sanding. I know it's a little bit boring for you folks to watch, but it'll give you an opportunity to discuss what food you've been eating and stuff. I'll put the light on here as well. Might wash it out, but at least I can see it a bit better at that angle. Yeah, I told him at the beginning that just to remind folks that have just joined, I have this acrylic blank here. It's from GPS Agencies. It's a fake ebony, basically. It's black all the way through. It should polish up to pure black. And I'm going to make kind of a lid and a finial coming off of the top of this piece with it. And if the feet don't work out, I'll put an ebony bottom on it, but I think the feet will. And I'm going to turn this so that it kind of sits down over the top front face of this hollow form and then comes up in like as nice a finial as I can get. If I don't like the look of it, I'll be able to use that finial for something else, and then I can turn a wooden finial for it. I could maybe turn a beech finial to match the rest of it, but you know, we'll see how it goes. I'm going to start with 100 again because I did clean up the top of that. So we'll go with 100 again, and we'll just work our way up then. I'm going to go... Oh, yeah, it does look like binoculars. Again, being very careful with my fingers. I am only sanding the top of the hollow form and the back of the hollow form. Good night, Steve R. Thanks very much for joining, bud. Now, I don't want to generate too much heat with this because that crack will open up. So I'm not pushing hard, I'm just letting the sandpaper do the work. Rob CP, sorry, I missed that, wants to try. What ivory? Oh, the GPS ivory, yeah. I have some of that. I obviously stock and sell the GPS stuff, so I've got a few bits and pieces at my disposal to try and to demonstrate, obviously, because it's in my best interest to. And they do some really nice stuff. But I have some of the ivory, the fake ivory as well. Go. I'm going to come around the back as well. It is a beautiful piece of wood, I agree. It's a piece of sported beech. But I had no part in making it like that. That's Mother Nature's part of this collaboration. I'm just trying to make it look a nice shape. There's a good few people were saying in the banana live when I first started turning this that it looks very oriental. Now, there's a little bit of, I don't know what it is, whether it's tear out or just some of the sporting. I just want to, there's a little mark just on the transition at the back there. Actually, I think, didn't I catch this, thinking back, didn't I catch this with a skew when I was turning it, when I was trying to get in the corner? I think that might just be a slight line from when I did that. Might be what that is. Not too bad. Let's sand out. You can hear it's got a hollow sound to it. I think that just got that. I'm not going to sand the wing, and I will be finishing this with just with oil. I won't be putting a finish on this because I've done a couple of winged pieces before, and when you put a finish on the actual bowl, I did one similar to Nick's before, where it was a bowl, and I found when you put wax on the bowl and then you try and put wax on the wings, you can't get the same kind of finish and it doesn't match. Now, it probably was the way I was doing it. I don't have a buffing system, so maybe that would help. But I just find with oil, if you just keep soaking it with oil, you get the same look. And not only that, it gives it that natural finish that the wood should have, and not kind of a bit of a fake shiny finish. I'm not a lover of a shiny finish on most pieces. It suits some. And you'll have the contrast anyway of the nicely finished finial if I do it. And then the wood. All right, that's going to hold this paper in here. Get it on the edge there. That's a good complaint. Complaining about it being too warm is a lot different to what you used to say of, oh Jesus, I'm freezing. I can't feel my feet. I think it was your feet you used to say you couldn't feel anyway. Now there you go. That, I think I'm happy with that. For like I say, I'm going to be I can put it back into the chuck at a later date and finish off that sanding. So I'm going to finish that now. I'm not going to make too much of a thing about the sanding this evening. It is boring to watch. Let's put the finial in and start on that. Is that Tracy Keaton? Hi Tracy. Very well. Now that's took an awful lot of the weight off of that. I'm not sure if it'll. Yep, it does still stand. That's good. That's a bonus. You see, it's quite sturdy actually. So once it's got the finial on, it'll have a little bit more weight. There is a little bit of tear out. That's just because of grain. There's a little bit of tear out on this top wing, but I'll get that with the hand sanding. But it's nice and thin. It's a nice light piece now, actually, and it looks quite. I will be putting pictures of the finished piece, Ruby. Yes, absolutely. I will, of course. I'll probably stay working at it this evening, to be honest with you, because I'm an idiot. Right, let me pop the other camera on. Let's put it. No, we'll leave it on that one for now while I sort out this camera here. Put it over the side. I really must make some jigs and things for holding the cameras. Right, so let's just put this. I'm going to get the tailstock back up. I'm not sure how this is going to look with this piece, with the black on the. I was just thinking if the sporting should be really black once I get the oil in. I didn't know what I was trying to say there. Should be really nice and dark once I get the oil on it, and if that's the case, then the sporting should match in with the finial. But you know, I don't know. I want to get this spindle in best I can. I'm not going to turn it like this. I want to put a tenon on this end and then turn it around so that the chuck is actually holding it better, because it's resin or acrylic. The chuck can't dig into it and hold it, so I really do want to make a point of putting a. Let me turn that hoover off now. That's better. Dark. Yeah, show me the money, Dark. Show me the money. Right, tighten that up as much as I can on that, and then I'm just going to put a small tenon on the end of this. Now I'm not sure. I've not turned this acrylic ebony before, so I'm not sure how it cuts with traditional tools, but I guess we'll find out. Oh, this took a little bit of a detour while I was tightening it up. Let's straighten it up and then put the tenon on. I want it to be as set as best I can. That's pretty good. Now these are done in molds, so they're not perfectly round. They're done in tubes, so obviously there'll be a little bit of a difference in them. So as long as I get it as close to center as possible, only using the tailstock for support, because it won't stab into it. All right, let's do this. Yes, thanks, Scott. Gonna put a tenon on it with a skew, and the skew is pretty damn sharp. So actually, I'm going to grab the smaller skew from up here. We'll go with that one. All right, and I'm presuming speed. All right, let's just see how it reacts to this. All right, I need to put my tool rest down a little bit. I want to be on center. I was way too high there. That's better. Amazing the difference in cut. Now I haven't got... No, I don't think it's the same stuff as the leopard. Just looking on the website. The leopard has like paper and stuff through it. It's a different type. The way they get the design is they put some sort of paper through it, I believe. Yes. It's their own way of making the designs in the blanks, is they mix a paper through the... That's how they get the different colours and designs. Now, I've only got a certain amount that I can play with here before I go too small. So, I think that will do. Got a tenon on the end of that anyway. Let's whack that in and see how it holds. It seemed to cut nice. Smells obble, but there you go. That's what you get for turning plastic. There we go. That sits in there nice, I think. Just want to turn the lathe and make sure that we're in there onto the shoulder. Yeah. Let's face it, some wood stinks horrible too. I forget which one it was that I turned, but it smelt like I was turning a cow's arse. It was rank. Now that's tight. Now that's going to be off because obviously it was only the tenon that we turned straight. So I'm going to have to true this up a little bit. But I'm not too worried because we are turning a finial. We're going to go from... I've got to try and think how I'm going to do this now. Because I am going to need to curve where it goes into the top of the hollow. Where have I put the hollow form? Oh, it's over here. I thought I lost it. So I might have to work from thick down to thin. That's what I'm going to have to do, which isn't the best thing, but we can have our tailstock up once I've... yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn it so that it fits nicely in to this. So let me put tailstock up, use it just as a bit of support while I true up the rest of the blank. Let's see how it... Should we see how it cuts with the skew? Would that be pushing my luck? Yeah, be grand, Fiona said. Go for it. It's all right for you to say because it's not you doing it. I might use the... I'll use the coal wind and see how we get on with this. Let's get some speed up on it. I'm not so sure how this is going to react to the skew. I'll take it very easy to start with. stand. Good thing about using the skew is that I'm over here. Haven't turned much of this stuff. Should turn more of it. Oh, sorry. Sorry, dog's wife. Didn't mean to be so crude. But it was like turning a cow's ass. Alright. Piss elm. Yeah, that's not cutting that very well. I'll try the big skew, and if I'm not happy with it, then do you know what? I'm going to actually put a new edge on that skew. I'm going to go with that. 1 second, folks. Just going to... Don't skew it up. Hi, Zed. I probably will. But hey, that's all part of learning, is messing stuff up. All right, so use a bowl gouge. Okay. But why would I be the same as anybody else? Right, just going to have to put the guide back on there. That's better. Let's give that a try. I have got a bumpity bump on this at the moment because I'm still trying to get it true. But I don't want to be too aggressive because I'm thinking this stuff can just grab a hold and split. But not only that, it gets warm with friction. I'm getting braver. Alright, so it's cutting now, the bounce has gone out of it. Kind of. Alright, no, we're going to go with the gouge. Except I'll use a spindle gouge. It's all a learning curve for me, this stuff, folks. Bear with me. It's really tough. Yeah, that's not... I need to decide how small I'm going on the end for my hollow form, and then I can get it down to that. I think I probably want to go about that big. So I'm going to go, yeah, we'll go 40 mil. We're not far off of that now. I knew that. So in that case, so a bowl gouge is what Colwyn Way uses, is it? And does he? Okay. Does he do a shear cut? Cuts with a shear cut. Nicely. Okay. Righty ho. Alright. Don't know why I was using my left hand there, because I am right-handed. A little bit confusing, but there you go. I only want to get kind of this front edge down, because the rest is just going to be turned right down, obviously, because we're going finial. Oh, it's very, yeah, very chippy. But it is cutting. Okay. All right. Night, Gav. All right, we're at the thickness that I kind of want to be for the top now. So I'm going to hollow the very end of it a little bit, hopefully without it killing me. Dusty, 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 dusty. So the idea here now is I want to make a concave front on it so that it goes to the shape of the top of the hollow form, but I also need to form the spigot that goes into the hollow form as well, if that makes sense. So let me size up my spigot, which is about that big. Huh? What just happened there then? It just literally fell out of the chuck. Interesting. Most interesting. What happened there then? Did it break? Yes. Yeah. It's the tenon has shattered. See that? It's shattered the whole tenon. So I am going to just hold it in the hole. I'm just going to put it in the hole. In the whole chuck. I'm not going to work off a tenon. Obviously, that was the wrong decision to make. Or I need to make a bigger. Well, no, because I can only put a small tenon on with this chuck. So we're just going to have to go with it, man. That's pretty good. All right, well, you live and learn, don't you, with this stuff? I need to get a good on that as hard as I can. I wonder would wrapping it with a good strong tape make any difference? Give the jaws to grip onto. Right, all right, let's make, do you know what I'm going to do first? Is I'm going to turn the spigot and then I'm going to do an undercut. That'd be the best thing, I think. I see how the parting tool reacts to this stuff. Chat's gone poo bum again, has it? It's a regular occurrence. Leona is just trying to get a chat to work, folks. Sorry if you are trying to ask questions or if you're trying to call me a Wally. Yeah, I've got it. I've got it spinning at. I've got it. It's going at 1300 there. I can go faster, but the parting tool's cutting it okay at that speed. My ninja skills are set to around about 1300. I've not honed in the ninja skills for any faster yet. Ouch, Dirk. That's not good. So I'm putting the spigot on the end of this. I want to get it down to size so it fits into my hollow form, and then I can start hollowing in around the base of it to take up the shape of the top of the hollow form. That's what I'm hoping anyway. I've not done this before, so there's probably people shouting at me in the chat saying, "That's not how you do it, you fool." And normally I would hold my calipers to the piece and just cut down, but because this is obviously a little bit temperamental, this stuff, I'm doing it a bit at a time. Yeah, maybe I could, exactly, Ruby. I could even maybe, I've got some oak. I could use oak and then ebonize it, maybe. Make a bit of ebonizing solution up out of some vinegar. Steel wool. Good night, Zed. Angle down on the cut. I'm trying to rub the bevel of the tool though. I don't want it to be kind of scrapey. I want it to be cutty. Oh, it's almost there. A little bit more. This stuff seems to cut better than it scrapes, is what I'm trying to say. I don't know if that makes sense. Okay, let's see how that is with the hollow form. A little bit more. Little bit more. How are we doing for time now? Is everybody bored yet? It's a different learning curve with this stuff. It's completely different turning to wood, obviously. I probably don't have to have this super tight, but I don't want it flopping about on top of the hollow form either. And this spigot is what's going to give it a support. Is that the M&Ms you've opened? Oh, peanuts. Oh, yeah, I went a little bit too small there, but that's all right. It fits. And it's not flopping about, so that's kind of where we are. So now I want to, I'll turn the camera. What will I do? I'll move this camera, actually. I'll turn sideways, and then I'll move. It looked loose, did it? Yes, because I was wobbling about, but it's got to sit. It'll make sense. I've got to hollow out around this now to take the shape of the top of the hollow form now. I'm going to give the spindle gouge a go with it to try and get in there, and I'll do some pull cuts. I wonder if that other camera might be better for you. See, I can tighten it up by making the tape, by tapering that spigot slightly as I'm taking this out. But the idea is that this sits as the same shape as the top of the hollow form. Concave. Wow, it's very rare that I'm quiet. Concentration. See how that's looking, the way it's sitting on it. Yeah, gotta go a little bit more. Really need to kind of get in there and scoop it out. I don't know, maybe a few people have done something similar to this. Seems to be cutting okay there. Yeah, I have very few. Well, I've got the Crown carbide set. I just don't use them, Tracy. I'm just comfortable using the traditional. That's what I've trained myself in using, and that's kind of what I'm used to using. So, see, that's a tighter fit now because I've tapered that spigot. Okay, so a little bit deeper yet, and then we're good. I could probably get the Hope hollower in there, but this is cutting fine, so there's really no need to. All right, there you go. I'm not afraid of a bit of speed. It's going faster. Like I say, I'm at the mercy of the people that know about resin. The only thing I can't do is use carbide because I don't have them. Anything else, I'm willing to try. Oh, I never take offense, Tracy. Like I say, I'm taking it from the people that know acrylic, so I'm grateful for your input. I never take offense to anything that people say unless they call me a gobshite, and then I just agree. Right. Let's see how. Yep, good man, Hodge. That's true. Yeah. Well, I've still got a little ways to go to get it to where I want it. I want it to sit snugly on the top of. I don't want it to be raising up off of the top of the piece. So, what I did notice with more speed is the shavings coming off of it tend to be more melty than shavings, so maybe the friction is a little bit more. So okay, try that below center. Feels wrong, but yeah, it does seem to be cutting better. Thanks, Doug. Feels completely wrong to have your tool that orientation though, but Doug knows his stuff when it comes to traditional and resins. The reason why I haven't got the flute too much closed is because I'm trying to get right into the corner. But yeah, I get what you're saying. And I'm also going down the side of the spigot. Okay, let's see how that's looking. Righty. Head in the right direction now anyways. I'm going to open it up here now. Now I've got the depth. Can't quite get in there with it though. Weirdness. I've got to bring this right to a kind of a feathery edge. Not too much, but definitely improvement, Doug, alright, being below center. It doesn't take you long to kind of get the feel of it, I suppose, either. Still got to go deeper with it, but I might just try and get a little 1/4 inch skew in there and dig down the side. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'll have to go higher with my this. The owner is now panicking. Interesting. I'm looking at the back here as well. I'm not looking with the tool. Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm not actually pushing, I'm just nervous. Everyone's got to have a little bit of scared each day, haven't they? Keeps the heart strong. That's much better. I got in a lot deeper with that now. That's the tool to use for sure. I just got to take a bit off of the spigot now for it to fit in there. And I'm good. I'm golden. I think I said that the last time. There's a nice little ring that came off of there. All right. A lot of turning on and off, I know, folks. I'm sorry about that, but you know, it's to get things like this right, you do need to have a little bit of patience. But it is getting there. I'm almost at the point I want to be with this. Okay. Do you know what? I love that little skew. Steel. You always know when I'm concentrating because I go quiet. One wrong turn with that skew and the whole thing of, oh, look at that. It went pop into where I wanted it to go. Yay! Nice fit in there now. So look, it's just literally got to take a little bit of the curve in there, which I'm also going to do with the skew. And then I can move the camera around if you want to see. Now that light will whitewash, but it should be okay once I stand in front of it. So all I'm trying to do now is I'm just trying to feather this cut and try and get the front edge as thin as I can so it sits down on top of the and I'm just being wary of where my back wing is of the skew as I'm going in. I'm doing the finial back to front because two reasons. I don't have any pin jaws here with me. And because I've got to try and get it to sit in the top of. I had to turn this bit, so. Okay, so now what I'm doing is I'm using the back edge of the skew and I'm doing like a pull cut. Never done a pull cut with a skew before. That was new. Go. I'll be trying my best to do as dainty a finial as I possibly can, Rob. Yes. So there you go. It fits and it kind of it's tight how I want it to be now. So now I can start working on the shape of the finial, and I will bring the tailstock up, I think, just as support for that now. Might be an idea, just until we get a bit thinner. I don't, oh, do you know what, I'll use the sprung loaded one. Yes, sorry. Yeah, the reason why I decided to do it this way is just if it was round the other way and I had to do all the work that I've just done there, I would have had to have been really close to the chuck. I wouldn't have been able to get in as tight. At least with this way, I've got all the movement of getting in and working on the base, and then I can just work my way thinner. I know it's going to be a little bit more trickier turning the finial, but you know, we'll get there. We'll be all right. We'll be good. It's okay. There's more than one cat to skin away. Now that's a better way of supporting that. You think a dainty finial is going to look odd on that shape? Well, I guess we're about to find out, Leona Faye. Like, you mean like one of those oriental finials that has a 45-degree cut on the top of it? That kind of idea. Let's put it to the vote. Let's put it to the vote. All those that want to see a skimpy, thin as I can get it in the situation I'm in type finial, let me know. I'm just sharpening my gouge, by the way. That's why I'm over here. Say aye. And those that want to see more of a Chinese oriental type finial, which is kind of, it goes thin at the base and then a little bit thicker at the top, and then it's cut at 45 degrees at the top, say ha sol. Night, Ruben. Thank you. Right, let's do this. Loads of speed on this one. Let's see how this baby cuts. Remember that I've got a cove on this. Two eyes and four assholes. So we're going Chinese, are we? Okay. That's okay. I think that's probably the right decision. Is Debbie calling me an asshole or is she voting? I think there's going to be a... Doesn't taste very nice. There's going to be more scraping with this than there is cutting, I think. Definitely. And how tall are we going? Full length of the blank? No, I'd be tempted to go quite a tall one. So at the moment I'm trying to get a similar shape to the top of my vessel, or a hollow form. Kind of following the shape around. I don't want it looking like a big bulky thing on top. I want it to be dainty coming off the top. But I'm not Night, Tommy. I'm not sure how well this stuff holds up when it goes thin. So I'm probably thinking it will shatter. So let's not do that. All right, so okay, it doesn't like doing that. Well, I learned that, didn't I? That it doesn't like being cut like wood. I'm below center again. I'm taking it. We're sticking to that rule. Makes some scary noises sometimes. All right, that's... Still think I want to go daintier than that. I can't see now because it's full of shavings. Weird stuff. It's a whole load of weird. lose a bit more off of this, which is what I want to do. I don't want a big thick top on it. So we're definitely going arsehole, yeah? Okay. And every now and then you get a really scary sound. I don't know whether that's... It certainly doesn't have grain, does it? So it must be just like where the tool catches. Oh well. See, the way I look at stuff like this is it's all a learning curve. This is only, I think, the second or third time I've turned any of this stuff. I haven't been doing it a lot at all, and there's other people that swear by it. So it's just a learning curve, getting to know the different ways of turning it. And once you know that, then I guess you can experiment a lot more. See, look, I'm getting I got a Doug shavings there. So I'm just going to get. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that ever again. That made me jump. That's better. No, you see, that's now I get why it's doing that. Have to use the tip of the tool to do a cut like that. Right. I got you. Totally different to wood. Totally different. Just trying to get rid of some of this bulk. So I'm experimenting with cuts. See, that was a nicer cut. Right, okay. So let's try that. So. See, the other good thing about this stuff, I suppose, is it'll be a lot stronger as it gets thinner than wood would. Woodwood? I said woodwood. Than wood would be. Am I thinking that right? Like, even this stuff is completely different to the Finial I did with the pen blank. It's different stuff altogether to the pen blank. This is, I don't know, it's hard to explain. Oh, have I lost you? Oh no. Oh, that's great, Adam. Thank you. I'm all about learning new techniques and new things. I've never claimed to be a professional or great at anything to do with turning. I am still very much on the learning ladder. I've had more hours on the lathe than some, and I've tried a lot more, a larger variety of techniques, I've not mastered any of them by any means, but I think by doing all those different techniques, it's given me the chance to understand the tools and the limitations of my abilities. Tracy, I'm getting better at what I do each time I stand at the lathe, but I'm not anywhere at the point I would like to be. Let's put it that way. So my plan is leaving it quite thick at the base of the actual where the finial is going, because it gets thinner. An oriental finial, I'm right, aren't I? It tapers down towards the base rather than the other way. It's kind of the other way round, isn't it? It's thicker at the top than... Yeah. Thanks so much, Ruby, for joining. It's a real pleasure and honour to have you watching and giving your words of advice. Yeah, no, it's great. I've just started looking at a lot of your stuff, Ruby, and I'm loving what I'm seeing. So there'll be a few. I want to try the baseball bat and ball. I'm definitely going to give that a go. Put my own little twist to it. I was talking to Rob about it actually, and there's a little twist I want to put to it that I want to try myself. So I might be looking for your advice. I'm just touching up the edge on my tool, folks, again. It's a bit of a tool killer, this stuff. Make it look like bamboo. How would I... Black bamboo, black bamboo. Sorry, I went on a little tangent there. Is black bamboo the same as brown bamboo but black? I've no idea what you're talking about. I'm sorry. I've never heard of black bamboo. Oh, they have a sphere, do they? Ah, okay. Well, that can be... Or it probably an exaggerated bead of some kind, yeah. That's an aggressive cut, but it's getting rid of it. Your dog is doing the butt shove, is it? I don't want to use your dog's name because Ruby would get very insulted in the chat. Is there a known reason why dogs do that butt drag thing, no? Is it just an itchy bum, is it? I must try it one day. Is Doug not liking how I'm cutting this, no? Alright, okay, I'll stop then. I thought it was the right thing to do. What am I doing wrong? Pull cuts, is it? Maybe he wants me to do a pull cut. But that's cutting the same. This is weird, this stuff. Some places it cuts really nicely and others it's pants. It's very strange. Very strange stuff. I'm sorry, I know I sell it, but you know, I'm only going to be honest. I'm not pushing. I'm not pushing. I'm letting the tool do the cutting. That's the one thing I have learned over the years, to let the tool do the cutting. I am not pushing. I'm literally just guiding it and letting it cut. Yeah, it's really strange. It's almost like it's got. It's a stupid thing to say. It's almost like it's got a grain. This stuff. It has soft parts and then a really hard spot. So would it be air? No, it wouldn't be air bubbles, surely. I'm not pushing at all, at all. I'm not pushing at all, at all. I'm just trying to rough this down. See? That's a different cut now, and it's exactly the same as I just did further up, except that's cutting. How weird is that? See? Much different cut. And I'm doing the same thing. I don't get it, Doug. Doug, I don't get it. I'm confused, Doug. This stuff's confusing me, Doug. My head hurts, Doug. Doug's hurting my head. Yeah, no, I'm not doing the final. That's what I said. I'm using the waste wood as a learning curve because when I start doing you see, it does that. It cuts nice and then it just goes into one. Doesn't it? Does it as an epi? Look, no pressure. Look, one hand. I'm letting the tool cut. Weird stuff. Robbie's gonna have a field day in them shavings tomorrow. It's just weird, Doug. Weird, man. Doesn't feel natural. It's wizardry. Oh look, I've got shavings. I'm learning. Oh, now I jumped off of it. And that's where you get the catch, because it grabs hold. Hmm. You, wee, you, wee, you, wee, you. You, wee, you, although it hurts. So how long am I going with this? Not as in time, because we all know that it's taken way longer than it should, but as in the Finial. Oh, that's weird stuff. It's fun though, don't get me wrong. I like new things. Yeah, this stuff is a lot different to the pen blanks. It's the pen blanks are almost, how would I explain? They're more rubbery when you're turning them. Does that make sense? Whereas this is chippy type stuff. Thanks, Eva. I'll dance in a little while. I'm a bit nervous at the moment. I've got a bit of a poo bum going. Because their anal glands are blocked. All right. Woohoo. Poor Ruby. As in Ruby the dog. The owner's dog. Oh my god, I'm going to stop saying that because I could just get myself into so much trouble. Okay, sharpening my tool again. Can definitely feel it getting blunt. Do you know what? That's 3 times I've given the opportunity, Leona, and you haven't. So you know you must be learning to have a go at the pro edge. So how thick are we talking at the thickest end? About 1/4 of an inch thicker? Or we can do it mil if you want. Okay, all right. Whoop. See that? See? There's a funky bit there again. Is it me? Or is it the blank? You're starting to think it's the blank. Maybe it's me. I don't know. See? It just does that. You get it cutting, starts cutting, and then it does a wee jump. Not any pressure on that, and it does jump, 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 jump. Weird stuff. Right, I'm going to start forming my the top part. I need to get to the right thickness. Let's do some scrapies. I need to go. Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's going to go a lot thinner at the base. But I'm just wondering about because I'm going to turn the top and then work my way down to the base. Ooh, no. Oh yeah, that's your tortoise. Is that the one you made when I was there? No, or you started when I was there? No. No, but you can explain it to me in my ear. Right, so. Oh, right, yeah, mine's not going to be like that at all, so. I'm trying to get. You have a little ball, do you? So basically copying you. Basically, what you've got me doing, here is just copying your awesomeness. Oh, I'm trying. Oh, I see how it is. All right, yeah, okay. Nice, that is. Jesus. Right. Night, Dave and Billy. Thank you very much for joining. Who said that? This one's for the owner's dog, because she's got poorly anal glands apparently. So I just thought this might help her. Poor doggy. See how I'm not using the name because it just wouldn't sound right now. So I've got to try and form a ball now down here with this stuff. Isn't that going to be fun? It's weird because it goes really white and then it goes black. It's just confusing me. The wood stays the same color as you're working on it. Right, I need to know. Let's go smaller than that anyway. Get in there with this. Start forming my sphere as I'm on a pull cut. Go in there and then out. In there, all the way until it stops, and then out. In and out, in and out. Who said that? Adrian, you're trying to kill me, man. You're changing the design as I'm going. Oh, God. So today, I was doing homeschool with Robbie, and I finished the bit that I had to do with him, and then it was his mum's turn. And Robbie, being Robbie, decided he was going to play up for his mum. And at the same time that he was playing up for his mum, I was writing my letter of application to continue with job sharing next year at work. It had to be in and I had to send the letter. And I had the email set up, and I had an old email that I was using as a template, which was from 2011. And it was an application to another school, not the one that I'm working in now, and not the one that I was reapplying for job sharing. I was just using the template. And the thing is that I applied for that job while I was still working at the school I'm in now, and this was years ago, like, you know, when I was indecisive of where I wanted to be. So I'm using this template anyway, and Robbie's being bold. So I said, Robbie, come here, and called him down to the room because I wanted to tell him off because he wasn't being very nice to his mummy. He came down and I gave out to him anyway, and that was all done. He said sorry and we hugged and all that stuff, you know, that dads and sons do when you've. And I'm just telling you what happened today. But we've got time. But anyway, the long and the short of it was that I sent the old application to my work. And I felt quite ridiculous for doing so. I instantly then thought, okay, can you take back emails? Apparently you can't. Who'd have thunk it? Instantly wrote a letter explaining my faux pas, apologising profusely at my stupidity, and all was forgiven, I hope. Well, at least I hope so. I think I've still got a job. I don't know. I'll find out soon. I'll keep you posted, folks. So I won't tell you any more stories then, Eva. Sorry. That's all it's going to be, is a butt plug. You know, you can't turn a spindle on a lathe without it looking like a butt plug at some stage. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get in there. Wow, Hodge. Claire said to... No idea. Unless it's my sister-in-law, Claire. Maybe. I'm so confused. Yes. So I'm using my my little skew again here. I've just made a captive ring without trying. I'm not sure how I did it, but I've got... Oh, there we go. Captive ring is now gone. Oh, now I've gotcha. Yes. See, my memory's just crap when it comes to stuff like that. Am I being risky using a skew? I just think it's cutting a lot nicer. Rubbish memory, you see. I haven't seen my brothers in too long. I haven't I actually haven't seen my brother since my mum, even before my mum passed away. The next time we meet will actually be to say officially goodbye to mum, even though her funeral was done. It'll actually be an official drink and goodbye to mum, because we didn't get to do it, which sucks. Alright, so I think I've getting my shape now. Got to determine the top of my sphere and how I'm going to transition from that. I think I know now. I've just decided just by doing that cut. Put that all the way down there. Shavings are really off-putting because they cling and then you don't know where you are. Toothbrush. I think I've got a brush. I've got a brush here somewhere. It's not a toothbrush, but it's a brush. Oh look, there it is. Go figure. It's right there next to me the whole time. Okay, so now I need to just take that sphere around there. Alright, that define the shape. Get in here. Yep, that's a sphere, I think. Cool. Right, so now I need to go down at kind of a 45-degree cut angle here, straight into the top of my sphere. Shout if I'm doing this wrong, people. This is kind of... Well, do you know what? Don't, because it's my bloody design. I'm going with it. Needs to be smaller. Right, so. Do you think the bead needs to be smaller? The bead is about the same. Well, it's a little bit smaller than the entrance to the hole, to the pot. That's what I was going for. Maybe it looks bigger than it actually is to you. Shall I give you a measurement of the bead? That's nice, thanks. I'm glad I'm entertaining you so much, Leona. Oh my goodness, you're so rude sometimes. It's the first time I've heard a woman say that to me. I'm not worried about the size of it. Bloody lie. Okay, so smaller bead, half the size it is now. Right, so I'll go smaller. I'm so confused. Yeah, I don't do captive rings very often. I'd say Doug's given up at this point. He's gone drinking somewhere. He said, you know what? Feck him, he's not listening. I'm going to go and talk to someone that does listen. I think it'd be perfect for the dog, personally. But, hey. So now I'm making my lovely sphere into a cylinder again. Thanks, everyone. A third of the width of the top of the sphere of the. Okay. Ooh, don't do that still. Should I be doing left-handed turning? Maybe not. Night night, Debbie. Thank you. Sorry for taking so long. But hey, that's just the way it goes sometimes. Especially when you haven't got a clue what you're doing. See, I'm being super cautious with this stuff because I know full well one wrong move and the whole thing's just going to explode. It's just got that feeling about it. See? Just like that. Just said it and boom. Just took a big chunk out of it. I think I'm going to get away with it though. I'm going back to my skew. See? I just knew it. I just had, you know, you get that feeling just before something happens. Just wasn't I wasn't feeling it, man. I'm going to have to put a little bead now at the bottom of my sphere to make up that distance. But that means that this piece is deciding on itself how it wants to look. Give Darren a slap for me, Sarah, will you? And not the nice type. Such a rude man. So I'm trying to form like a little cup bead type thing that is holding the sphere now. And then we'll go round. And try again with the sphere size. I'm not sure if it's chipped out too much or not. I'll find out in a sec. Off the lid part? No. Still got a bit of a lump on this sphere. I'm not sure I'm going to get it small enough. It chipped quite a big chunk out of it. Damn it. All right, we're not going with a sphere, folks, because it'll be too small. We're going to go with a pear. Stupid chip out. Still don't think I'm even going to get a nice sized pear. I might have to give up on this plan. Let's see. I'm going to go with a pair right into the lid. Like so. Still got a bump there. I don't think I'm going to be able to save this. I think too much broke out with it. If I do, it's going to look wrong. I know, but I'm not going to go through all that again tonight. Let's see how much I've got left by the time I've turned out the broke bit. Maybe it's just deciding what it wants to be. And I knew it was going to do that as well. You know, I just had that feeling it was going to. Oh well. I'm sorry. Good night, Adrian. Thanks a million. There's nothing left of it. I think I've got the. I'm going with this. I'm going with it, man. Ooh. Yeah, who needs a bloody lid? Oh! Grah! No, I'm getting grah with my stupidity. Do you know when you just keep doing the same mistake all the time? And you're just like, why are you doing that? You've just called yourself an idiot for doing that, and now you're doing it again. You silly man. Just trying to get this transition into here, and I'll be happy. Right, it's good. It's good. Okay. Let's go with that. Down to that. And that into there like this. I got all stressed now. Stressing out, man. Right. Okie dokie. Let's go with this now. Now I need to decide exactly how thin I'm going down this end. I'm going quite thin, obviously, because it's just decided that. All right. I think I'll use the what am I going to use? Parting tool. Where is it? Here it is. To take down some of this bulk and get my basic shape. Lots of vibrations, so I'm taking it easy. You wanted Chinese, so we're going Chinese. Asshole. You take that however you wish. I've got to the point now where I'm being aggressive, and if it breaks, it fucking breaks. It's kind of still got some hope, but I don't know. It's different anyway. Do you know what I keep imagining? I keep imagining Doug on his knees crying because he's just thrown the remote control through the screen of his TV. I don't blame him. Went to close up his shop and cry. See, I knew he was still there. I'm using a skew. I'm using a parting tool, how it should never be used. I'm not actually. You can use it, parting tool, however the bloody hell you want. Parting tool seems to be the tool to use, to be honest with you. It seems to have the cutting edge that suits this material, so I'm going to stick with that. I'm going to stick with whatever's working. Roughing gouge might work, yeah. It's just a bit cumbersome for getting in where I need to get. All right. Definitely need to get thinner on the bottom. It's not as thin as I'm picturing that I wanted it. So Stupid shavings are annoying. Ebony is now... Is it illegal to get? Oh no, it's not, is it? It's only ivory that you can't get, but the ebony is still available. It's just really expensive, is that right? Yes, ebony is a tree, yes. But I'm not sure. I know it's a really expensive wood to buy. Okay, now I'm at the size that I like. Have I actually got people still watching? Goodness me. I was only going to carry on with it anyway, so I might as well to have the camera on. That sounds so surprised. Like I said, sometimes the piece decides what shape it wants to be. Nice. Yeah, oh, I suppose it's looking alright. Similar to what I had in my head anyway, I suppose. So I've learned that the ideal cut with resin, or whatever this is a quiet one. When it's not making any noise at all, it's a good cut. When it's making that noise, it's just ripping it apart. Bevel doesn't count with resin, apparently. It's all more scraping and shear cutting. Lose the tool to the center rule, that doesn't work. Well, got it down to roughly where I want to be. Okay, I need more practice then, Doug. Well, with that said, I suppose I've been riding the bevel with the skew, and I'm riding the bevel with this parting tool. Much beveling a bit, yeah. It's definitely been a learning curve this evening. I've learned a lot about this stuff. I suppose the proof is going to be how it looks when it's done. Right, that's about the size. Maybe a little bit thinner at the top. It's a bit of a crappy transition there that I can get rid of and bring it a bit thinner. That's better. There's just a little bit that the transition's rubbish there, so I'm just trying to get it so it's nice and uniform down all the way up. I don't want it just going whoop. That'd be good, Doug, if you could, please. Like I said, I've never tried to pretend that I'm a professional at anything I do, and I am always willing to learn. That's better. That's a better cut there. All right. Cool. So now it's just clean up this bit here that's white. I don't know why that went white. Transition there. And just run around. Don't risk going anywhere near that. I'll get that with the sandpaper. All right. That's the shape anyway. Just needs sanding up and cleaning up. It's weird stuff though, I tells you. Right. Let's go with the start with that. Let's do this. Is it any different to sanding? Still a slow speed for sanding, is it? Night night, Tracy. Thank you very much for all your input and your advice. Very much appreciated. It's great to have you in the chat again. Oh, I'll feel better soon, Tracy. Okay. So maybe a little bit less than I'm sanding there now. Strange. I've just turned my ebony blank into an ivory blank. Ebony and ivory live together in perfect harmony. Yeah, so a lot learned, a lot to learn about this stuff. It's been an experience. I'm surprised Nick wasn't shouting at me because he turns a lot of resin. So it's turned white. You never know. Just sanding with the grain now. There's just a couple of little marks in there that I want to just try and get rid of by hand. That must have been from the non-bevel turn-in. It's got a tiny little, they're just tiny little chip out. They'll sand out, but just little flakes that have come off. Ah, God bless the days where I used to edit. Well, no, I was editing yesterday now, in fairness. Well, day before with the kids video. I've got more to do now. Well, I volunteered. It is my job. Alright, let's go to the next paper. And I'm not going to go to the extremes of the way people do with the micro meshes and all that. This was an experiment. I'm still not 100% sure this is going to look right with this piece, but I'll make it fit another piece if it doesn't fit on this piece. When the sphere broke out, I thought that was the end of it, to be honest with you. Hopefully you saved it. Well, I've broke the rules then, Nick, because I started at 100. I haven't even got any 80 grit, to be honest with you. That was one of the things that I swore to myself when I learnt traditional tools, was I wanted to hone in the skills of being able to get the best finish I possibly could off of the tool, for one reason and one reason only. I fucking hate sanding. Not got the patience for it at all. That's why none of my pieces will ever, I repeat, ever be showroom pristine. Strange. I think I got the little marks out. All right, let's do that. What have we got next? That was 120, and I'm just looking. I think I'm going to have to just go straight to 220 now, because I think I brought the decorating in the house, so I think I brought sandpapers into them. So we'll just definitely go with this and then go some microfine, and we'll call that done for this one. We'll see. If it's pants, it's pants. But like I say, it's a learning curve. And I'm just going to take it over to the bandsaw and cut it off, because it's got to be cut at an angle anyway. I'm presuming you can just cut it like any material. Take it easy though, because I'd say a bandsaw, if it's anything like the CD cases that I used to cut, will melt through it if you try and push them too hard. Oh, it's windy outside. Van is rocking. You still there, Leona? Oh, you went very quiet. I thought I'd lost you. falling asleep. I wouldn't blame you. Is it really? Good fucking God. I didn't realise it was that late. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm sorry, Leona. I've still got a wee blank there to make maybe a little box as well, which is a bonus. You know, left at the base of it. Alright, well, that's 220. I think I'll just go with the Yorkshire grit and see how she looks. This piece isn't going to be sold, it won't be going anywhere. It will be going, guess, to one of my daughters probably. So let's go with some Yorkie grit and for the heck of it. I'll give it a wipe down with some cleaner first, though. Get the powder off of it. Oh look, it went black again. Yeah. This is where everyone screams at me, don't use methylated spirits on it, it'll melt. Oopsie. We'll give it a go anyway. Like I said, for a thing that's took so long. We'll see. Not even sure if I've got any microphone here, to be honest with you. Don't think I have. No. Had no cause. At all. Oh, I get what you mean. Like, yeah, I think with it being so thin, I probably would have ended up just melting. You know, me and fire, Doug. It's all or nothing. I suppose even if it's oh, do you know what's happened? It's just after breaking. Ah, yes. Perfect end to a perfect even. Yep. I think I grabbed it too hard and twisted it off. Yeah. Oh, I might be able to glue it. I don't know. We'll see. If not, feck it. It's getting a wooden finial because I ain't going through that again. That could be why I don't like turning resin. I might get it glued. Let's see. Let's give it a go. Oh, I don't know if I can be asked, Joseph, to be honest with you. I'm not really liking it anyway. So, you know, it's one of those. How much do you polish a turd before it's not a turd? Now you can keep polishing a turd; it's still going to be a turd. And I didn't get the bit that broke off to a high polish either, which is a pain in the ass. I'll try and glue it on now and see what happens, folks. That's all we can do. Oh, I don't know what's happened to me. Yeah, I might give it a lacquer spray or something, but I'm going to try and stick it back on first. Dance monkey, dance monkey, dance monkey. Oh. I don't know. Might add a bit of character if it's crooked. Match the person that made it. Or I could just drop it on the floor and just say, do you know what? It is what it is, man. Because all you can do is laugh at situations like this. Do you know what? There was a time years ago, well, not so long ago actually, I would have actually hit that with a hammer. No, it's okay. It's got it now. I actually lined it up where it was supposed to be, I think. Well, maybe I didn't. I'm not going to turn it. Oh, fuck. I mean, damn. Oh, people. When do you actually decide to just give up on something like this? At what stage? At this stage, is it? Do I just say, I've got 8 minutes before it's 1 a.m., have I? Okay, we'll give it that long then. I will turn a new one, but it's not going to happen tonight. I just want to glue this. Oh, my darling. Oh, my darling. Oh, my darling. You stupid gobshite. I really affect you. I just have wait for the video to catch up. That was funny. Just as I was sliding the tailstock up, you saying, "Will you put up the tailstock?" And then I'm just gonna douse it with glue. It might even get a CA finish at this stage. I'm gonna just put a load of glue in it, and I'm gonna hit it with reactor, and then I'm gonna stick it on the pot, and I'm gonna say goodnight to everyone. Because this thing isn't. Well, it will match the rest of it then. You just get to a point where you give up on a piece. Well, you know, on a part of a piece or whatever. You know, it's just, it's. I've no, I think I'll put. You think I've got enough activator on it? Well, in that case, I'll put some more on. Just to. Do you know why I keep putting activator on it? Because it makes it look shiny. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. You live and learn, folks. We'll let that set for a little while and then I'll take the tailstock away, and when it falls off, we'll say, there you go. That's 8 minutes of your life you're never going to get back. That's 4 hours of your lives you're never going to get back. Sorry, everyone. Yeah, that's not stuck at all. Bollocks to it. No, don't like it anyway. Just did. I just did. I just did. It's quite upsetting. I'm not going to lie. There you go. There's a shit lid for a pot. Yeah, I'm going to put a wooden finial on that because I don't like that at all. That's not going to get finished. That top, I'm going to turn a wooden finial and I'm going to put it on there. And do you know what? I'll probably do it now because I'll probably turn a wooden one in. No, not in front of you, but I probably, yeah. I'll turn a wooden finial with a skew in a fraction of the time that that's just taken. It was a complete waste of time. So sorry about that. That's the way it is. I think it will look nice once I get the finial that I want to put on it. I'm not even sure that I want to go with a Chinese finial with it now. I don't know. We'll see. I'm undecided. But, you know, I like the pot and I'm going to carve the feet on it and all that. And I just think it'll look nice when it's done. But yeah, no, I just don't think the black would have looked well on it anyway. Look, if I turn it sideways and put it at the lathe. Here, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to just part that off and show you quickly. 1 second. No, not going to use that bit. Do you know why? Because it looks like the end of a feckin' mastic gun. I did get a feel for turning plastic, and I don't like. Yeah, I got a feel for turning plastic. You're right. Yeah. Don't worry, Eva. I'm going to get you a dance in a second. That's all right. I didn't want you seeing this bit anyway. Everyone would have been cringing the way I just cut that off there with vigor. Now, do you know, now I stick it on there, it kind of looks all right. Oh, I don't know. Let me just put a dab of glue on to make it look like it's real. To fool you all. I don't want to know. Whatever you're giggling at, I don't want to know. I am a crazy, demented fool walking around my workshop. I just want this to hold so you can kind of... Oh, there you go. It's horrible. I don't like it. I'm glad it broke now. Even if I cut that at 45 degrees, it's not going to make that pig look any better, is it? You form your own opinions, but I don't like it. I don't like the transition of the lid to the piece. the way it does this dumpy thing, that needs to be a lot more curved going onto it. Yeah, I just don't like it. But you don't have to like everything you turn, do you? I like the pot. I like the vessel and the wings. It just needs a better lid and finial. It needs more design. So that can feck off over there. Right. Let me change cameras here for a second, and I'll say goodnight to you all. I'm sorry, folks. So what we did there in 4 hours is we hollowed we hollowed a hollow form. That's it. That's made the wings thinner. But yeah, I don't. That you see what I mean by the transition of that. It's just not. It's not right. The shape of it. It does this bumpy thing. I'm not sure I like that. I wanted it all to follow the same contour. Just don't like it. It was a nice. It's a pop fit anyway, but just looks crap. So that's over there now, and I'll finish that. And my computer's just said it's going to reinstall Windows. No, it's not. I've just told you, no, you're fucking not. Right, folks, I'm sorry about that. It was, at least I got my view time up. That's the upside of it all. Oh, Eva. I still do a victory dance, even though there's no victory. Look at the state of this shite all over my fucking van. Care not me. There you go. Just a little dance for you, Eva. You got your money's worth there. Thank you very much. So, yeah, that was pants. But you can't win them all, can you? And all you can do is smile. Well, I've just got about as much victory as he did, Duck. At least I'm happy with my hollowing. It's nice thin wall. The wall is about the same thickness as the wing, so it all matches in. So I'm happy with that. And now I've just got my finger stuck in it, and I'm going to go to the hospital and get this removed. So there's another lesson for you. Don't put your finger in your hollow form, because it will get stuck. Oh dear. Oh no, it's okay, I got it. All right, well, I'm going to let you all go. I'm going to let Leona go to bed, and I'm going to go and cry. I'm actually going to put all them back in the box and send them back to the UK. Just saying. Oh God, no! I'm going to make a little box with that and try and redeem it. So that's it, folks. I'm going to say good night. Thank you very much, everybody. Thanks all for your support. I just want to say this, even though most of them aren't here anymore because they've all gone to bed. Thank you, Anna, Eva, Leona, Debbie, Maggie, Sarah, Carol, Steve R, Wayne, Daniel, Ruben, Stacy, Brian, David, Steve, Joseph, Tom, Richard, Gav, Jeff, Robbo, Rob H, Rob S, Lenny, Jean, Jappy, Leonard, Ian, and Zed. Thank you all very much for supporting my channel and for being part of the Banana Gang. It's all awesome. We do have some laughs and some fun, and I can pretty much guarantee that if I'd have done all that in a Banana Live, I would not want to show my face for another few weeks. So that's it, guys. I shall see you again soon, and thank you, everybody. Good night. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Bye.